theories are part and parcel of such perceived intergroup conflict and reflect the mutually suspicious feelings that emerge on both sides of the conflict. Specifically, research finds that conspiracy theories are intimately linked.
You see, Nirvgorilla, what he does is he just, once he meets an adversary or somebody, a targeted individual, somebody that just makes sense, that he can't psychologically manipulate, or he can't twist their their situation around to trigger them, or to he can't use their story or anything that they put out to make them look crazy anymore. All he's going to do then is just block them. He's still going to, he'll make from time to time he'll do pieces, like he does pieces on me that are just damage control. He doesn't do it to try to actually convince anybody that I'm crazy or anything. It's more like damage control. When he does a video about me, it's like he's triggered. It's different than when he does a video on other TIs. He does other videos on other TIs from a pedestal, like he's smarter than them, he's better than them, he's, they're beneath him. And when he does one about me, it's from a source of rage. Like he does it because he just is so angry because he can't get me right. So there aren't too many TIs that he has blocked, because what he'll do is he'll block them, whatever, and then he unblocks them. He's done this over and over again. But I'm blocked. He has me completely blocked. I just tried to chat. It's been a while, so I just tried to chat. He's doing this stupid video talking about conspiracy theories, and he's trying to associate all targeted individuals with all conspiracy theories, and that's just ridiculous. Okay, yeah, okay, gang stalking and targeted individuals, they consider that a conspiracy theory, one of many, but not all conspiracy theories are false. Not all conspiracy theories are bullshit. The ones that stand the test of time and stand up to the ridicule and still remain are most likely to be true. Why do they still stand up, to the test of time? Why do people still talk about them and they haven't been debunked? Why hasn't gang stalking been debunked? It's real simple, because there's too much evidence to prove that it's real. So the only thing that they have, the only play that they have, is just to keep calling it a conspiracy theory. That's it. That's what they do. That's the only way that they can actually trick stupid people into believing that it's not true, is just to call it a conspiracy theory and then ridicule the people. They used to do it with the UFO, the whole UFO subject. They realized that the cat was out of the bag and they couldn't keep it a secret anymore. So rather than try to cover it up or anything, which we still don't know exactly what it is, I believe it's anything but what they tell us. But with the UFO conspiracy theory, they had to do something, right? So this goes way back. I mean, they discovered that ridicule was the best tool. All they had to do was ridicule anybody who talked about it. And when they ridicule anybody that talked about it, they realized that society would do the rest, right? Society would then ostracize those people, and it would have an effect on the conspiracy theory as a whole. They would call it a conspiracy theory, ridicule it, and anybody that talked about it, and then people would just be afraid to believe it. Or if they did believe it, they wouldn't say it out loud, and then they would be able to keep going along, as if it's a secret. The best way to keep a secret is to hide it in plain sight, right in front of you, and just ridicule it. So that's what this is, So you have to realize that with so much effort being done by people to ridicule the topic rather than actually look into it, well, that's got to tell you everything you need to know. The fact that there's so many people trying to ridicule it, that should tell you right there the validity of it, and that this is one of those conspiracy theories that's actually true. And it's only called a conspiracy theory because they need to cover it up. They need to try to hide it some way, and they don't know how else to cover it up. There's no other way, right? It's becoming so in your face, hard to deny that they have to just ramp things up. And people like this, I don't know if he gets paid or what. Maybe he's just mind controlled. He's controlled, controlled opposition, and he just enjoys the clout or whatever, the attention he gets by putting other people down, because that's another thing they like to do too. They like to pin people against other people. So if they know that they can get a group of people that already have a psychological complex, like Nirvgorilla, and that the Nirvgorilla is going to attack anybody just to be able to make himself feel better, right? Well, that's the people that they get to target, to talk about TIs, right? People that rely on putting other people down to feel better, right? Well, here's an easy target, right? We just talk about them. We'll just call them crazy. Just dismiss all their claims, and then it just has this effect. So, but they won't. What they won't do is they will not actually take any of it seriously. They will not actually look into any of the claims, the undeniable claims, the serious undeniable claims. Of course, there's a lot of disinformation out there, and that's by design as well. That they put the disinformation out there, and then they use that disinformation as examples. Oh, look at this. He talks about red cars. Oh, look at this. He talks about one headlight shit. That's their creation. They created that by design on purpose to ridicule the whole subject. So then, of course, they're going to talk about those things, right? And they're going to use those things to ridicule the whole subject. Very, very effective. This has been something that's been mastered over decades and decades of practice by intelligence agencies. But again, that goes right into support the fact that the validity of it, and the fact that this really is true, and that it's not just a conspiracy theory. The fact that there's so much effort spent by all of these different players, right, to ridicule it, and to the disinformation. There's clear disinformation put out there online by a lot of people, and they've been exposed, and they continue to be exposed. So if you wonder, if you're one of these people that are just actually wondering about it, I've talked to quite a few people who thought it was crazy, who thought people who talked about it were crazy, until they were presented with some undeniable evidence. And then, in which case, they met somebody, and they saw enough that they no longer think it's crazy. So those people have been able to change their minds, but nobody who believes in it changes their mind the other way. You see what I'm saying? Nobody who knows it's happening and knows it's real ever goes the other way and says, "No, I was a retard, and I believed in that, and I was just a fool." Well, okay. I'll have to back up here and correct myself, because the only people that go backwards and claim that they were wrong and they were mentally ill, those are people that were placed, in the community, or they were put out there on purpose, right, just to spread that narrative that it's mental illness. They were clear plants, because those people that say that, they have no actual evidence prior to that. They just come out at the beginning and say, "Oh, I thought this was real and I'm an idiot," right? But they don't have any evidence prior to that. They never lead up to that, okay? There's never a progression. You will not find a single person be able to witness their chronological progression through believing in it and then changing their mind back. No, you'll find people that just say that they believed in it, and now they realize that they were mentally ill. You'll find people that say that, but no evidence proving that. They're just lying. They're straight lying. Okay, you have to actually look at the evidence. You have to actually look into it. and examine it. Don't just look on the surface and believe idiots like this, because they're fucking. I don't know, man. I feel bad for NIRV. He's either he knows exactly what he's doing, and in which case his life is a sad existence, or he doesn't even realize what he's doing, in which case it's even sadder and more pathetic. Either way, I feel bad for the motherfucker. Seriously. Be good or be good at it.